Good morning, Jums. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the Booking Blitz. We had a training call with Julianne Jones last night, and I would just encourage you. It is $47, I believe, for the training. And while I will share as much of it as I possibly can, there's no way I could possibly share all of the great information that she has been giving us. And I know that it's not too late to sign up today. You'd have access. There's going to be, I can't believe the price she's only charging. There's 4 group calls where we have access to asking her any of the questions we want to know about having a strong January and also the Booking Blitz. There's also a special group page, and she's on there and another coach is on there. We also have access for a half-hour session with a coach that she works with. So it's somebody who could help you get on track with your business for 2016. And it's just a lot of information. And so if it's something that you could afford, I would highly recommend it. I will try and share as much as I possibly can, but it's just something to think about. If you have some extra money or we're thinking about trying to maybe get some extra coaching or that sort of thing, this is something that is well worth the money. I'm amazed at what we're getting for that price. And then she also has training videos and stuff like that in there as well, and access to some other information. If you don't worry about it. I will be sharing as much as I can, but like I said, I can't possibly share all the information that she shared. It's just, I would be on here all the time. So anyways, Booking Blitz. I'm going to post a couple of things in the training event page for us. If I can't get them posted there, I will post them on our team page. But basically what I want you to do is I want you to start making your list of the people that you're going to call for the Booking Blitz. This can be past hosts, can be past customers, people who are Jamberry addicts, people who have mentioned that they would like to book a party sometime. And I want you to, if you have their phone numbers, I want you to pick up the phone and to call them. And I highly encourage this just because I'm going to share with you a script that has been very successful for numerous people who have gone through this program with Julianne. So basically you call the person, and I'm just going to pretend like I'm calling someone. I'm calling a customer. And so they answer the phone and I'm going to say, "Hi, this is Michelle Diericks." And if I'm not sure that they would recognize me as a Jamberry consultant, I will say that too. Just wanted to check in with you and see how you're doing on your Jamberry purchases. Do you have any questions about application, removal? Also just wanted to let you know that in the wintertime, our hands tend to be more dry, and so therefore our nails will be dry. So it's really important for you to stay hydrated. Make sure to drink extra water, have good lotion. We have excellent cuticle oil. If I can help you with that, please let me know. We also have a great hand cream that it's biotin infused. But more importantly, I'm just calling to check in to see how you're doing. And I want you then to listen to what they have to say. And, just ask them, what plans do they have for the holidays? Just really listen. Depending on the kind of relationship you have with them, they might be willing to tell you more or less. But it's really important for this first part of the call that you focus totally on them. And then the next thing that you would do is, after you get done listening, you could say, "Hey, I just wanted to let you know that I have been put into a challenge to book 24 parties in 24 hours, and I was wondering if you could help me out. I'm really looking at the month of January, and it sounds like with all of your holiday busyness that'd be a great time for you to get together with a group of other moms just to have some fun and relax. We could do either in-home or online. I'm happy to help you however you'd be interested in doing that." And for everyone who participates in this Booking Blitz with me that signs up for a party, they're going to be entered into a special drawing. and for XYZ. And so you can decide at that point, what it is that you want to have a special drawing for. You also, you know, I don't know if you will book 24 parties or not. And if you're thinking, how could I even do 24 parties? Well, I'm going to go for 24 parties. And here's what I'm planning on doing. I'm planning on looking at my calendar in January and figuring out which nights I have available. And this is going to be, I'm going to try and do more Facebook parties in January just because of the weather. I do hope to have a couple of in-home parties as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to clump 3 or 4 parties together in the same event. And I'm going to make sure that the hostesses know that I only want them to invite 25 to 35 people each. And so if I have 3 or 4 hostesses, hopefully that'll put it in about 150 people. But I also need to make sure that they're going to be contacting each person that they've invited so that they are aware of what's going on and be ready for to keep watch of their notifications and to check in with the party and that sort of thing. And so I'm going to go for it because I am very sad that I'm not going to get to go to the Hawaii trip. I'm quite a few points away. I mean, a miracle could happen, but I really want to earn as many points as I possibly can in January. They usually give double trip points, and they also do double hostess rewards. Now, some of them were a little different. It was a little different than some of the, and every year I guess they do it differently. And sorry about that. That was bugging me. They do it differently. So, I'm not sure. And I have not heard anything if they're planning on doing that. Typically they do that in January to help us. And so I wouldn't even really focus on that too much on the calls that you're going to be doing for the Booking Blitz right now. If come the end of December and you still have room on your calendar and they release that information, I believe they released that information I want to say like on the 27th or 28th last year of December. And so, as we were, ramping up at the end there to get more party bookings, we were able to share that. But I would just focus on the person that you're talking to. So now you might hear some objections, and there's a couple of questions that you can ask. You could say, if they say, I'm too busy, you could say, well, when you're busy like that, I have found that it's really important to take some time and to have some fun with your friends. And, all you need to do is provide a space, and we could even meet at a restaurant if you want, or we could do it all online. But it's important for you to have some time, to have some fun with your friends and just to relax. Let me take care of the work. If they still say no, you could also say, depending on how the conversation is going, you could say, is it no for right now, or is it no that you're just not interested in doing a party? And if they say no, they're just not party people. They like to go to them. They like to buy from you, and just say, okay, that's fine. I will just cross you off the list as a potential hostess. And if anything changes, you can let me know, but I still want to take really good care of you as a customer. And just let, your whole time, let your tone of voice be totally relaxed. If they say, no, I don't really think so, you could ask the question, what are the obstacles that are in your way? You could ask them that almost, if they say no, you could say, well, what are some of the obstacles? And then, you can come back with, and you'll know if they want to keep talking about it or not. And if they don't, it's okay. But a lot of times, sometimes they get, they put in their mind that it would be a lot of work. And really, you bring everything. They just provide the place and the location and, probably a snack or something like that. You could offer to bring a bottle of wine or bring some chocolate or, whatever it is that you feel that you can afford to do. You can offer to do that if you think it might help the hostess. And depending upon your relationship with her, she would probably be thrilled for something like that. So think about what you can offer, what you are able to do, and then make a plan and, do that. So with your phone calls, Talk to as many of them as you possibly can, and let them know what's going on. And a lot of times people do want to help you. When they hear that you have to book 24 parties in 24 hours, they're going to be like, whoa, I need to help this girl out. And then when they find out about the special drawing for the special prizes that you're going to be given, they like that too. All women like to be put into a competition and to earn something free. And so, and I will talk more about that on the page as to some different ideas that you could do. So make it something big, but something that you can afford. And, if you get a lot of parties, it won't be that much at all. So once you're done talking to them, you just keep calling as many people as you can. If you don't have their phone number, you could send them a message and ask them for it. If you get the answering machine, this is what I want you to say. Hey, this is Michelle Derricks, and I was just wondering if you could give me a quick call back when you have the time. I have a question for you. Look forward to talking to you soon. That way you're not leaving a big long message about what you want, and you might pique their curiosity saying, I wonder what it is that she has a question for me about. When they call you back, make sure again that you focus on them and ask them how they're doing, how their Jamberry purchases are, if there's anything that you can help them with. Listen to what they have to say. If they want to share some personal stuff going on, just take the time to listen. It doesn't need to be a long, drawn out conversation in order to portray that you really care about them as a person, that you don't just see them as a customer, but you see them as someone that you enjoy talking to and that you really do care about what's going on in their life. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking, I don't want to pick up the phone. I don't like the phone. I don't want to bother people. And I want you just to put that out of your mind. I want you just to focus and think about when you hear from people that are direct sellers, people that you have gone to their parties, if they are kind to you, are you annoyed with them? No. If you don't have time to talk to them, you can tell them that and they understand. We all are busy women, and so we do understand that. But most times, most people don't mind the connection on the phone as long as you are totally focusing on them and what you can do for them. And don't make it about you, make it about them. Totally focus on them as a person. And, and so I want you to think about some of the thoughts that you've had about phone calls, and maybe there's some negative thinking about it. And I want you to realize that a lot of what you're thinking are all myths. Most of the time, people are not annoyed if you give them a call. And, if they don't want to answer the phone, they'll let it go into voicemail. And I've told you what you can say for the message to see if they will call you back. If they don't call you back and, you send them a text or a message and they still ignore you, I would not take it personally. Usually it is not about you. It's not that they don't like you or anything like that. It's more that they're busy and they have stuff going on. And a lot of times I have found with people that I know, that are customers and stuff like that, a lot of times they don't want to say anything back to me because they don't want to hurt my feelings. And, it's more of they're just like, I can't say yes to her, but I don't want to tell her no either. And so it's not about you. It's about what's going on in their world. And so don't take it personally. Don't scratch them off the list. The only time you scratch someone off a list is if they say to you, please do not call me or contact me anymore about Jamberry. I'm just not interested. If they do that, then there's not much you can do other than to say, I am sorry if you've had a bad experience. Would you mind telling me, what happened? And then listen. And it might be that they just don't like it, or it might be that you can help them troubleshoot. But if they get pretty adamant about it, just say, okay, I appreciate your time. And if at any time there's something that I could help you with, please let me know. And then you end the phone call. So I really encourage you to start making your list of people that you can call and talk to. And I will be posting some things on the page about some different ideas and different things that you can do. And you also know that there's people who have said, I don't like the phone. Please don't call me. Send me a text, send me a message instead. And we can work on some ideas for messages as well. So I want you to just as before, and one final thought, before you get ready to make your calls, I want you to spend a little bit of time getting centered and just thinking about the people that you're going to call, what you have to offer them, how much you care about them as your customer, as their consultant, and that they're your customers. Really focus on what it is that you are trying to do for them. Take yourself out of the picture. This is not about you. This is not about getting sales. This is about connecting with people and finding out what they need and that you're trying to make that need. Then you can ask them the question. And even then, it's more still about what you are doing for them. You're helping them to earn free Jamberry product. And some people are going to say yes, and some people are going to say no, and some people are going to say no, not right now, but all is good. And just remember, if you don't ask, the answer is always no. But if you do ask, you are going to get some yeses. There are people out there who want to buy Jamberry. There are people out there that their budget does not allow them to buy everything that they want in Jamberry land. And so they are going to want to do a party so that they can get the most Jamberry product possible. And for those who are true Jamberry addicts, they are always excited to introduce us to their friends and to help them learn more about Jamberry. And so this has been a little bit longer than what I originally intended, but I had a lot to say. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. I am happy to help you. And we'll be discussing more about the booking Blitz on our event page. And I don't think that I will have any more training calls this week about this, but I will be around to answer questions. And I'm going to be starting to make my calls and messages later on today, and then Thursday and Friday for sure. So I'm starting mine early just because of our busy weekend that we have.